Powell, a guy who, Rich, a part of the Northern Michigan crew and a very solid contender.
Yeah, I was very impressed with what I saw from him the other night, and he does have Al Mitchell there in his corner, and that's always a plus when it comes to boxing, because Al Mitchell, the coach of and trainer of David Reed, is a professional champion, and you know, I think that certainly helps Powell. We saw Powell in his semifinal match against Chaz Darden, in which he stopped the Darden and landed a number of really hard blows in that fight, and showed himself to be a real power puncher. On the other hand, he's fighting a guy tonight by the name of Dorian Beaupierre, who you see there. And Beaupierre was, well, he comes here basically as an old man, an old man of the Golden Gloves. He's 24 years old. He came to the United States at 14. You see where he was born, the Republic of Dominica. And he was a semifinalist in the Golden Gloves just last year, and so he is trying to get all the way to the top tonight.
Take a look at the numbers with these two, and as Rich mentioned, Dorian Beaupierre at 24 years old, very much a senior citizen. Sechew Powell at 20 years of age, and his future all laid out in front of him. Powell, despite his being 4 years younger, has been at this a little bit longer than Beaupierre. Beaupierre was a football player and a wrestler. He was all-city and number 5 in the state in wrestling, and an all-conference football player at Old Bridge High School in New Jersey. This for the 156-pound championship. Powell in the black, Beaupierre in the gold. Powell very quick. Originally from Brooklyn, New York. Now with Coach Mitchell up in Northern Michigan, as are a number of guys we'll be watching tnight.
And Coach Al Mitchell does a fantastic job. Powell is the southpaw. Look at the nice jab from Beaupierre. It's very hard to do, a difficult task against the left-handed fighter. In fact, he's not even really using it. He's just putting it out there to measure his right. You know, against the left-handed fighters, you're taught to throw a straight right hand and also circle to your left. See how he's doing that? Dorian Beaupierre doing a nice job moving around behind his opponent.
We talked about the fact that he's from Dominica. That's not to be confused with the Dominican Republic, but the island of Dominica. And we said to him, as we were talking to him, you know, you probably could have represented Dominica in the Olympic Games. And he said, yeah, you know, and he said, I just didn't think of it in time to do it. Now he's talking about turning professional sometime in the near future at 24 years of age. Time, of course, is a factor for him.
And I really like this kid, too. He says, I want to be my best, and I want to be the best role model I can for my newborn son, Dorian Jr., who's 1 month old today. Dorian Beaupierre.
Married to Ayanna Thompson, and his wife just graduated from Keene University just yesterday. So it's been a very big week indeed for Dorian Beaupierre.
It will be an even bigger week if he can win this championship tonight. He got into boxing, always an athlete. He wrestled in high school. He took martial arts, went to a boxing gym at 21, decided to start boxing. And here he is.
Against the guy who has what I believe a good style as far as making the transition into the professional ranks. At least that's what we saw from him the other night. Good aggressive style from Sechew Powell.
Very patient in that first round was Powell.
Going into the corner now of Dorian Beaupierre. He's a guy who didn't speak English when he came to the United States 10 years ago. Now very articulate.
With the right hand. He's open for the left hook. When the right hand lands, you must do the left hook. Dorian. When the right hand lands, left hook. Jab, jab, hook up the jab. Hook up the jab. When you're hooking up the jab, you get a moment of the rhythm, boom, come to with the right hand.
Peter Hattersley.
Gloves up high. Yeah. He shoots the straight left short. So short, boom, step back to him.
Careful, step up. Well, you don't worry about that. You got to back him up. You got to back him up behind your jab and hit the left hook right there. Work on it, okay? Right there. Okay?
The calm voice of Al Mitchell. That is experience.
You hook, drop it over. Okay?
In the corner.
Sechew Powell was in the Olympic trials this year, and he really felt he had a chance to make the Olympic team. But he was disqualified in the semifinals of his a match with Sergio Mora. It was in the very first minute of the first round. He engaged in a hip toss of Mora, a fighter he had beaten 3 times in the past and was disqualified by the referee, and he lost his Olympic dreams right there, did Sechew Powell. He said he was so depressed, he just drove to Miami and stayed with his aunt for 2 weeks to try to deal with the situation.
He says he's still carrying around a little bit of bitterness about that, but you fall off the horse, you get back on the horse, and this horse in this case are the Golden Gloves. Barry Tompkins, Rich Morales, Sean Grady telling you about it. Been a most entertaining night thus far here at Joe Louis Arena.
Certainly has. Right now, taking a look at Sechew Powell. Referee breaking these two up. Now on the right. Beaupierre.
Neither fighter really lightened it up in the first round. Beaupierre less so than Powell.
Now Powell beginning, I think, to get a little more oomph into his punches.
A right hand by Beaupierre. That's a knockdown, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to call it. They're going to say it was a slip. Any part of the body other than the soles of the feet touch the canvas, that's a knockdown.
That is a knockdown. He was a little bit off balance, but it doesn't matter.
And the gloves did touch the canvas, but the referee did not call it a knockdown. He just simply wiped the glove.
Sechew Powell got into boxing when he was 9. He nagged his dad about wanting to box, Everett Powell, and said to take me to the gym after he saw the Tyson-Tyrell Biggs fight. He knew he could fight like Mike Tyson. Very excited about his career. Speaking of excited, Beaupierre said, my opponent is going to fall right into my right hand. So I'm going to key on that. I'm going to set him up for it. I know how to fight the left-handed foes.
Well, he is doing the right thing, actually.
Yes.
Circling to the left, keeping his foot outside the lead foot of Powell.
Remember, keep him up, okay?
And a low blow warning at the bell. Championship, Sechew Powell and Dorian Beaupierre. Powell really looking forward to this event as his revenge.
To me, a Golden Glove represents a chance for young athletes out there that's training in the inner city gyms to really look forward to something like a major tournament like this one to display their skills. So, and it's a big opportunity for guys like me and my teammates. We really look forward to participating in this tournament every year. So just the hype is a lot. It means a lot to a lot of the guys.
Really a nice fella. He says, my goal in life is to become a professional world champ and put my mom and dad in a big house. So mom and dad get a benefit. I know they are certainly cheering for their young man, Sechew Powell.
He did say that while his dad was a great influence in his being involved in boxing, it's also more important, really, he said, for his dad to see him graduate from Northern Michigan before thinking about a professional career.
So nice, too. You know what? That graduation, that education will stay with him the rest of his life.
Wants to be in sports medicine. He's got a sports medicine major, although what he really said and what he really wants to do, Rich, is be in forensic science.
Yes, that's right. He says that it's not quite that program there that he's looking for, but that's just not something you hear from a lot of boxers.
Some of them can't even say it. Some of us can't even say it. Well, he goes to Northwestern Michigan University as a freshman. 20-year-old, 5'10", 156 pounds.
I thought I detected a little frustration in the corner from Sechew between rounds. And now Mitchell was talking to him. I think he perhaps hadn't done as well as he had hoped to in the first 2 rounds.
I think Beaupierre is hanging around here. I'm not sure he's doing enough to win the fight, but he is hanging around.
And he's so awkward. He's so hard to fight because of that movement. See how he's moving to his left? He's going around. Every time that Sechew sets up the left hand in powerful punch, his opponent moves.
Sechew is from Brooklyn. Asked him if he knew Mike Tyson. He says, no, I don't really know him. I haven't met him, but I see him all the time in the area. He comes back for particular events, a basketball tournament that he might sponsor a team in, or a festival or whatever. He says, I see Mike all the time, but just haven't quite got up there to meet him.
Says one of his biggest attributes are that he has Mike Tyson's mentality in the ring. He means I go in there focused and really compact. Also tries to add some of David Reed's movement, Zab Judah's power. Really an aggregate fighter. The elements, the good elements of some of the terrific boxers today.
That's the end of the 3rd round. The crowd booing a little bit. It would like to see a little bit more action. Well, a reminder, if you like boxing, all you have to do is tune in every Sunday night for the Sunday night fights. They come your way at 8 o'clock. Watch tomorrow's stars as they battle their way up through the ranks. Right here on Fox Sports Net every Sunday at 8.
be more relaxed. Settle down a little bit more. And do the flip. Step in with the jab. Step in with that jab. Step in with the jab. Boom to the right hand. Pull him out. In and out.
Okay. Don't worry about the order. He's an awkward style, I know, but you have to aim in the middle.
Hey, Sechew!
Okay?
Come on!
Okay? That's fine. Pick it up.
I'll tell you, kids, listen to Al Mitchell and refer to him as sir.
Yes, sir, we do. Well, Al says he doesn't take anybody into that Northern Michigan program that he doesn't consider to be a gentleman and act the right way outside the ring. And everybody that I've seen around Al is exactly as he says.
I mentioned to Sechew Powell, I said, well, that's really an interesting first name you've got, Sechew. Sechew, I haven't heard that before. He goes, you think that's interesting? Where did you hear about my middle name? My middle name is Ramumba. I said, wow, how did you get that? He said, well, my dad was watching the Rumble in the Jungle, and there Powell lands a terrific left hand, best punch of the fight so far, that left cross. And he said he heard Ali say that he was down there with the Lumumba guys in Africa. And he said that made a big impression on his dad. When he heard that, his dad named him Lumumba.
And actually, I do know someone else named Sechew, and I know that it means warrior. It's some kind of warrior. I don't know if it's a Swahili word, but Sechew Senika, who played football at the University of California, was drafted by Arizona, rather.
Sechew certainly fighting like a warrior this round. He's landed some good shots. Nice, straight, left-handed worked well like that right there.
Good round for
Sechew. Coming back with the right hook. Really picking it up this round. He knows it.
I think he's been a little better every round, actually.
Build to a crescendo.
Now Mitchell in his corner said, you know, like in a father-son way, look, I know he's awkward.
He's having a very good round, I think, this round, though. Really kind of putting an exclamation point on this 156-pound title tonight.
Dorian Beaupierre, though, is one step further than he was a year ago here in the Golden Gloves. He was a semifinalist last year, a finalist this year. He felt he was more prepared mentally and was a stronger fighter.
You know, he's a good kid. He came in with a fight plan. He knew what he wanted to do. He carried it out. For the most part, he just didn't land enough punches. Next year, I think he certainly will be a force to be reckoned with if he doesn't get the victory tonight. Very interesting matchup.
Yeah, it really was. Two good guys in the 156-pound championships, and Dorian Beaupierre might have bit off a bigger chunk than he could handle than Sechew Powell. We'll find out when we come back. We have just seen the fight at 156 pounds between Sechew Powell and Dorian Beaupierre. And Powell, I think, doing pretty much what he had to do. Barry Tompkins, Rich Morales, Sean O'Grady, and I thought a workmanlike effort for Powell tonight, Rich.
Yeah, Powell, who's got a good style as far as amateur or pro, likes to come forward, likes to be aggressive. He set that tempo in the first round, but he wasn't quite as successful as he would be later. Now, Beaupierre had a little more success in the second round. You see him with that left hook to the body that landed nicely for him. Third round, it seemed as though Sechew Powell really turned it on. You could see the more intensity, more aggressiveness. Fourth round, he was trying to really pour it on if he could and just put a lot of heat on Dorian Beaupierre, who tried to answer back, but the stronger punches appeared to be landed by Sechew Powell, although he was hit with a low blow there, and now we'll find out who got the Duke.
And to do that, we go to Thomas Tribert. Thomas?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2000 Golden Gloves national champion for the 156-pound division is the blue corner, representing the Wisconsin franchise, Sechew Powell.
Two good guys in this fight, and Sechew Powell comes out the winner at 156 pounds, beating a very game Dorian Beaupierre. Right now, to Sean O'Grady with the winner. Sean?
Thanks, Barry. Sechew Powell, congratulations. What does it mean to you that you are now a national champion?
Over the hump, Sean, over the hump. Finally, I have one national title on my side, you know. It feels good. It feels good. And,
you got to bring some great confidence in that. Now he was a really difficult guy to fight. Did you have problems with him?
Lots of problems.
Yeah.
Lots of problems. See, for one, he's a strong kid, but he didn't come to fight.
Yeah.
He came to survive.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And I couldn't take the risk to just go after him because he had power. He was pretty strong. But he didn't want to fight. He just wanted to survive, and he was happy with what he had.
Yeah,
No respect to him. He's a good
I think, Sechew, you have what he wanted, and that is a national championship. Sechew Powell gets the victory. Back to you.
And an impressive victory for him, too. Sechew Powell came in here with all the headlines. He didn't disappoint anybody, and a well-spoken guy. Remember that name, folks, Sechew Powell. I have an idea you're going to see it a lot as we move down the road. As we move down the road, we go to the 165-pound championship. That's coming up between Lawan and Simon. This fight, Rich, really did not go exactly as we expected it might, because both fighters, and you see Kelly in the gold there, told us that this would be a long-range fight. Both guys like to consider themselves boxer punchers and sharpshooters. Here's one of the few moments when it actually was fought at long range. But Kelly began to dominate in terms of his speed and overall skill. Lawan Simon only with 21 fights behind him. And in the end, Eric Kelly, a 19-year-old student at Northern Michigan University, the second of two Al Mitchell-trained fighters, began to dominate and won the gold medal. So Eric Kelly is the champion at 165 pounds. We turn our attentions now to another fight that I think is going to be most interesting. This one coming your way in the 178-pound division. It's coming up after this. National championships, and we mentioned earlier the Golden Gloves. No, they're not all things to all people, but they are some very special things.